Okay guys, welcome to another new feature from Zenler that I'm announcing today. So we now have the ability to set a font pair. So if we go and have a look at the website, you're going to see that we have a heading font and a body font in two different fonts from this main site-wide font. So I'll just show you that now. Here we are. So you can see that we have got this font up here, but and down here throughout the site, but this block that we've put in hasn't got the font styling. Now this has been an issue for users of Zenler being able to format it in your own branding. So we at Zenler have fixed this problem by allowing you to actually format this. So first of all, what I want to do is just go ahead and show you sort of the default. So you've got this new area here under the branding, so that's site branding, and then into here, which you'll notice if I click one of these are default sets or pairs. Okay, so if I set this, you're going to see that these will change down here. So you notice these have changed. So these are the default fonts that work nicely with each other, but now we can override this using these down here. I'm just going to save this out and then go back and view the page. Let's go back to view the page, and I'm just going to refresh the page now. Remember, if it doesn't refresh, you might need to actually go into incognito mode, okay, and do it from there. So if I press Ctrl C to copy, and then I take this into incognito window and I type my URL back in, you're going to see that those changes appear in the incognito. See here and here. Now another way of doing it without incognito is to clear the cache, and you can press the hold the control key and hit the refresh button. So Control refresh for PC, and you'll notice that the updates have changed. However, this block remains the same. So we'll show you how to do blocks in a second, but first of all I want to show you how you can override these pairs in here. So these pairs from this area. So if I come in here and we're choosing a quite an elaborate font, not that you would choose these, I'm just doing it for effect here, you'll notice that you have a ton of different fonts to choose from, which is absolutely great. So what I'll do is I'll choose something a little bit weird, like Jolly Lodger. And for the body font, I'll choose something like Risque, and I'll save that. And now I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to hold the Control key, and I'm just refreshing. So anything to clear the cache, and you'll notice these have changed. Block has not changed. All right. So that is how we can globally apply these heading and body fonts in New Zenler with this new feature, set your own font pair. You know, this is really powerful. So what about blocks? Because a lot of users have gone into the page, and I'm going to go into the page now and try to change this. So what happened before was you had to go into a block, you had to go over the top, you had to change the font to match up with this, and it's all a bit of a pain. So now we can actually drag the characteristics of the head and the body, heading and body font, into the block really easily, and we can just turn it on so that it will always apply. So I'll show you how to do that now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this page and we'll make those changes. So that page is in my courses. So let's go and edit that page. The page comes up and we're going to see basically this page. All right, so with the block loaded, what will happen now if I load another block in? Let's take this block. Again, it's got its own styling. So you'd need to go into settings, and then you'd need to come down and you'd need to change that font to make it the same as what we had before. And that's a real pain. So how can we do this so that it automatically selects these fonts? Really easy inside of New Zenler. What we're going to do is we're going to come up the top here. I'm going to hide my little head so that you guys are not distracted, so you've just got the interface, and we're going to come down to, we have a new thing called editor preferences. Let's flick that up, and you're going to see two tabs. One is you know that annoying pop-up that comes up, show confirmation for deletion of blocks. You can now turn that off in here. Okay, but you can also apply the branding styles to blocks, and we click that, and elements, turn that on, click update. Now it will not apply them to blocks you've already put in, so you can override it, you can turn it off and on. So if you want to select your own font, you can still do that anyway by selecting the font, but now I've got that turned on. Under editor preferences is on, update. Okay, just save that out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load these same blocks in, and you're going to see what happens. So I'm going to go to block, I'm going to grab this block, I'm going to move it across, and voila, we're in that font. Now it will change. Remember, this font is in grey because it's taking your preferences from your branding, which you've got, your branding colours. Okay, and you probably wouldn't want that to be white, because you if you're then applying a normal one on a white background, you wouldn't see it. So you probably want to come in here and style it yourself, which you can come into the settings tab here, which opens up, and just go in and you can just do the same as you did before. But the main thing here is that it's actually taking that branding in there and it's put that same font type into here. Notice the button as well. So let's do the same for the other blue one here. Let's drop that in the same position, and straight away you're going to see that it does a little bit of action and then it puts it in. Okay, so you've got this. You can change that color background as well to whatever you like, you know, so you can put it into that. You can come up here, go to settings, change this to a white, and the same again, settings, come into here, white. And of course, you know, if you want to put the same blocks in the same style that you've got them in here, then turn off your branding, update, come back here, blocks, and now I can put my blocks in and it's going to take on the normal characteristics of that branding. So that is a new feature. I know a lot of you have asked for it, so we at Zenler have actually now gone ahead and done this, and you know, it's great. We're always working on features, you know that. So guys, get stuck into this new feature of the new branding feature inside of new Zenler.